So this is my huge sketchbook, which is a very big part of my project this term. So I thought I'd give it a go and try and document it online so you can all see it. Recently I found myself looking into the effects that plastic has on our environment. I've been asking questions like, what is plastic? How damaging actually is it towards our environment? Is there a way to dispose of it? What can we do to help? Like all my other projects, I start by just creating a massive visual research board, loads of mood boards, just including all images that I'm just drawn to. A lot of the pictures I chose were sculptures that were created from waste, rubbish, whatever you want to call it. I was also looking at lots of pictures of marches, protests, all to do with climate change. I like to go on Facebook or YouTube or just the internet in general and look for lots of small clips, news stories, articles, all about the theme that I'm looking into, which is obviously plastic. So that's what's next.
Plastics take the stage at an international exhibit in Amsterdam. The ingenious alchemy of coal and oil provides the material. Ingenious machinery presses and stamps and molds the material into a wide variety of products, articles for household use, as well as tools for industry. The horizons of plastic are lengthening and strengthening too. In the world of tomorrow, plastics will certainly call the tune.
People in all parts of society are aware of what's happening, and it's vile, it's horrid, it's something that we are clearly seeing inflicting on the natural world, having a dreadful effect, and there's something that they can do about it. So in a way, it's a bit of a litmus test to see whether in fact the population care about this sort of thing, and people do. And so I think it's very encouraging to that rate. There are actually simple things that we still need to be done. We still need how to dispose of the wretched material. Somebody, surely if we can invent it, somebody somewhere is going to be able to way of dealing with it, of be able to deal with these mountains of this appalling material that has been assembled. I know there are big problems about doing so. But I can't help but believe someone somewhere is going to find a chemical solution that's going to deal with it. And I hope the quicker the better.
I spent some time a couple of years ago in Sumatra, and what amazed me was we were in some of the most remote parts of the world. These were jungles, like rivers all over the jungle, and full of plastics. I've come to the Amazon, and it's exactly the same. There is plastics everywhere here. You know, we're in what I thought would be a pristine wilderness, and in some respects it is, but there is plastic everywhere.
These couple of pages I made when I decided I wanted to look into plastic pollution in oceans specifically, so I've done quite a bit more research into how it affects the marine life and seabirds and things like that. I've also followed this up with a couple of articles and websites that I found really useful when I was trying to find more out about ocean pollution. So that's what's next. Cigarette butts are one of the world's biggest sources of ocean pollution. Each year, around 5.6 trillion cigarettes are made worldwide with filters made of cellulose acetate. This is the type of plastic that can take over a decade to decompose. As many as 2/3 of these cigarette butts don't end up in bins. Billions of cigarette butts find their way into the oceans, and they are very hazardous to marine life. These are a few samples. The same picture, including I just brought it all together using embroidery of different coloured threads just to see what it would look like. Really, it was kind of an This next artist I've only recently come across. Her name is Susie Ganch, and she's an American artist. Lots of her work is about the issues of waste and the cultural habits of consumption. Katie Jones is a knitwear designer. She only uses unwanted materials from companies such as Designer Surplus.
Plastic is wonderful because it's durable, and plastic is terrible because it is durable. Almost every piece of plastic ever made is still on the planet in some form or another.
Onto she challenges the idea of consumerism, which is what I am interested in. Louise Baldwin has always been one of my favourite artists. She originally works with imagery, colour and domestic packaging alongside stitching. She is interested in how we absorb knowledge and experiences. Using these unwanted materials, she creates wearable pieces of artwork. This last artist is called Veronika Rikarova. She uses plastics and plastic bottles, anything plastic really, to create lots of sculptures. After looking at all these different artists, I decided to start knitting with plastic bags as an experiment, see how durable it would be, what would happen, what colours I could incorporate into it. And these are just a few of my samples. Yohei Yamamoto is one of my favourite fashion designers. I've only recently come across him, but I just love his full line that he did for Vogue. All of the styles and shapes of all of his garments are just exactly the kind of style that I really like. So I have created different mood boards with loads of notes and just scribbles really of all my different ideas, because it's coming up to the time where I've started to do different draft plans, kind of figure out what I want to make. So in the end I decided to make a long coat, a straight cut kind of thing, quite oversized so I could fit a lot of content on it. And all the different artists and things that I've looked at have really helped inspire my different draft plans and designs. I've also done a couple of samples on denim relating to climate change and things like that, just to get an idea of what will go on the garment. I didn't plan the exact composition because I always change my mind whenever I start making something, so I kind of had different ideas of what I wanted to put onto my garment, and just the process of it was quite random really. So I'm about to start cutting out patterns and making my garment, so that's what's next. So probably my favourite part of my coat that I've made is one of the sleeves. It focuses on this article that I found written by The Guardian. It's titled "Treated Like Trash, Southeast Asia Vows to Return Mountains of Rubbish from the West." The start of the article reads, "For the past year, the waste of the world has been gathering on the shores of Southeast Asia. Crates of unwanted rubbish from the West have accumulated on the ports of Philippines, Indonesia and Vietnam, whilst vast, toxic wastelands of plastic imported from Europe and the US have built up across Malaysia." So hopefully I've been able to show you the journey from my initial idea to my final garment/coat. Hope you liked it.